Hey, local business owners, I am back with three more great tips that you can utilize to make sure that your Google Business Profile works for you in 2024. Google Business Profile is a wildly underused and underutilized tool that Google gives you for free so that you can really help make your local business shine wherever you're at. And a local business is one that you serve a certain area where they either have a physical location that they can come to see you, or that you can actually meet them. And so a Google Business Profile really helps local small businesses really be able to shine and thrive so that you can get more people not only to your physical location but to find out more about you. It's like putting a big huge neon sign not just outside your door but right there on Google. And Google gives you some excellent resources, and that's your Google Business Profile. So three ways that you can make sure that you are really allowing your Google Business Profile to shine in 2024 is number one, to stay active. And so that means that you're wanting to make sure that you're being consistent. So you want to post regularly. Now that doesn't mean that you got to post once every 3 hours or once every other day or something like that. But what you want to do is you want to be consistent. So whether that's with reviews, whether that's with updates, whether that's with new events, new promos, whatever it is that you have going on, you want to make sure that you are posting regularly. Honestly, I would say at least once, maybe twice a week, as long as it is good, worthwhile content. Make sure that you are posting your updates. If something changes on your website, your business, offers, anything like that. Again, like I've said before, you want to use your Google Business Profile sort of like a mini website / social media. So you want to make sure that they know when a new blog post is up. You want them to know when a new offer is up. When something happens, you want to make sure that they know. Posting new hours, awesome. Make sure that you are staying active. Google rewards consistency, and when you stay active, whether it's once or twice a week, Google will reward that. And it's a fantastic way to make sure that not only that you stay active so that Google rewards you, but also number two, real-time engagement. In other words, what I mean by that is that when somebody posts a review, respond as quickly as you can. Or if someone asks a question, or if you turn on the chat function, when somebody asks a question, whether through the chat function, through the question and answers, or they post a review, you want to make sure that you are able to respond quickly. And I'm not talking about are you open now? And you say yes. No, you want to make sure that whatever the questions that they ask, or whenever it's a review, that you respond quickly, and that you make sure also that you throw in a couple of the keywords that you are looking to rank for. And you want to make sure that you not only do that in your engagement, but also throughout your profile as well, through your description and all that. But you want to make sure that when you respond to a real-time question, to a question and answer, or to a review, that you also make sure that it's well thought out and that it's at least a sentence or two, not just a hey thanks, but hey thank you for, and then continue on and give them at least a sentence or two, because going back, Google rewards activity and also engagement. So with those two things combined, Google will reward that even more. And the third thing that you want to think of is think local. So it's easy to want to say like, oh, well, I serve everybody, right? If you have maybe a digital product or a service or something like that, but you want to make sure specifically that you want to do maybe around a 1 to no more than 3 hour drive, but honestly 1 to 2 hour radius is probably your best bet. And whether that's maybe even if you're a local delivery, maybe only doing within 10 miles of your main location, something like that. But you want to make sure that you're local, because Google does sometimes see that if you're trying to just kind of throw up all these places all around, like you're setting up multiple Google Business Profiles, which is something kind of shady that Google does not like, but that's not really what we're going to talk about here. We're wanting to make sure that you are doing things the right way so that Google rewards you. You want to make sure that you are staying local. So whether that's a few miles radius if you're a delivery, or whether it's service or anything like that, you don't want anybody to drive really more than 2 hours, because then that's kind of not really local anymore, right? You want to make sure that you're staying local and keep it within that 2 hour drive. So when you keep it within that 2 hour drive and you engage with customers that ask questions and also that leave reviews, you're staying active consistently. And that means also, again, updating your hours and making sure that you're engaging with your clients, engaging with those that ask questions, and with those that are within your local radius. One of the ways that you can do that is by also making sure the question and answer section, as a business owner, you can ask a question and then you can answer it. Think of it as a mini frequently asked question part of your website, so that when people get to it, they see, oh, hey, there's 6 questions. Let's see what it is. In fact, actually, I was looking at a website the other day, or I'm sorry, a Google Business Profile the other day, and before I got to their website to just check it out, I saw that they had some questions, and I said, oh, well, that's really cool. So I looked and I said, wow, these are really kind of thought out questions. And I looked and I realized, oh, it's the owner asking the question and then answering the question. And I said, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. That's a great idea, because now, yes, the questions were about insurance and they were about a couple different things, but they were legitimately questions that I could definitely see somebody asking about this particular establishment. And they did it in such a way that the questions were something that probably a lot of people have been asking. So when you're doing that part, you want to think of questions that maybe 5 to 10 questions that you get a lot, and kind of lump them together. Start asking some questions that people are legitimately going to ask, and not just something fluffy, but something that's really, what are your hours? Are you open on this day? What sort of this? What sort of that sort of thing. Do you offer this or anything? That's a great way to stay engaged. So you want to make sure that you're doing that regularly. And whenever you post a blog, let's say, or maybe whenever you have a newsletter go out, or whenever you have something going out, post that as well as an update, as an event. If you have a limited time offering, make sure you put that on your Google Business Profile as well. That is a great way to stay engaged, to stay active. And as you continue to do that and making sure that you're trying to rank for those keywords, Google will see that, and Google will start to reward you for your consistency. So local business owners, don't forget to utilize your Google Business Profile. If you're thinking, man, Roger, I've gotten a lot of other things to do on top of having to figure out my Google Business Profile, ask some questions below. Book a strategy call. Let me look at it with you so that we can really make sure that it's set up and optimized correctly for your business, because we want to make sure that you shine in 2024.